Previously on Modular.
Bradley and Quinn took on some mean harpies and a strange cultist in the Tower of Storms. Upon discovering the hypnotic beating heart at the top of the lighthouse, the duo destroyed it and helped the Sword Coast more than they know. They also befriended the giant crab, Seagull, and he got Bradley a brand new mace to replace his old one that his dear old dad gave him. Now Bradley is a part of a trio. But what will happen next?
Hello,
And welcome.
my name is Thorin George,
My name is Luke Job,
and this is Modular.
a podcast where we take you through the modules written by Wizards of the Coast for the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons.
That's right, these are the pre-written stories made up by the guys who made up D&D. We didn't write them, but we're here to run them for you.
Now, tell me, Thorin, why exactly would we do that?
Well, Luke, maybe you're a DM who's thinking about running a particular campaign and you want to get a better feel for how it plays out. Maybe you're a player who's already been in this particular campaign and you want to reminisce on the good old days. Maybe you pooped your pants and while you're cleaning them, you just need something to do.
Yeah, you would need something to take the time, but you should be warned. Each of our episodes will take on a part of these pre-written adventures. That means there are major spoilers for the key plot points of Dragon of Icespire Peak in this episode.
And Luke, there's another warning we should offer them.
That's right. Modular is not a podcast for children. It contains explicit language as well as adult themes like sex, alcohol, drug use, violence, and loitering. So please be aware of these
Oh
not
man,
so
loitering
kidly
is so
things.
bad.
Well, actually, loitering is pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
a pretty stupid law. Without further ado, welcome to Modular.
And our session 7 of Dragon of Icespire Peak. Bradley, you, Quinn, and Seagull, the giant crab, have made your way back up to the top of these cliffs, following these narrow pathways. You find Roach tied up where you left him. You look back, just for a moment, out at this lighthouse, out at this rocky coastline. That green heart that was rhythmically beating, it's gone. And maybe it's obvious, maybe you're not sure, but there was definitely a connection between that hypnotic heartbeat and these crash ships. So it wasn't all for naught. You've probably...
So did the green heart have anything to do with the crash ships, or was it just the harpies?
No, it was the heart. It was bringing them in and crashing ships.
Oh,
So you've kept...
you said harpies.
Oh, did I?
I think so.
I don't think I did.
Well, maybe I misheard. I just fucking hate harpies so much.
I know you do.
Please continue.
I mean, all you realize now that you've kept sailors on the Sword Coast safe. As you're thinking, about this, you have a bit of pride. And you feel good about it. As you're thinking these thoughts, a butterfly flies to you and lands on your shoulder.
A butterfly?
A butterfly. And
Okay.
It looks at you and it says, "This is a message from Adabra Gwyn. She says, come by her windmill. She's got a present for you.
Can I send it back with a message?
No, it flutters off.
Oh. Well, Quinn, I guess if we've got nothing better to do.
I mean, yeah, we kind of thought she was a bit of a butthead, but...
But she has a present for us.
Yeah,
so
presents are presents. That's awesome.
Presents are presents.
Seagull says, never had a present before. Oh.
I don't know if she's going to have one for you, but...
She doesn't know you, Seagull, so it's unlikely that you're going to get anything.
Yeah, but, here's a present. Have you ever ridden on a horse before?
No, and it sounds exciting. Ooh. And he clambers up onto Roach's leg, and Roach gives a good kick and throws him off.
I have an idea. Quinn, why don't you drive? And I'll hold Seagull in my lap.
Let me drive the boat. Okay, you do just that. Seagull is very heavy and awkward in your lap, and he says,
how big is he? You never explain, how big he is.
He is as big as your average Labrador Retriever.
Oh, goddamn. How the fuck am I picking him up?
I mean, you got a 12 in strength,
That's
don't
all
you?
crab.
That's all crab, baby. But you're holding that crab. Quinn sets off, Roach moving a little bit slower than normal. He got a lot of weight on him. But it's not too far to Adabra's.
We're definitely torturing this horse, right? This is for sure animal cruelty.
You make it back to Adabra's windmill in no time. You dismount. It's getting late. Sun is setting, but now that you got a horse, you move a little bit faster than you used to. She opens the door and she says, "Well, howdy, y'all. How's it going?"
We're doing quite well, Adabra. We received your butterfly.
Yeah, that's just the old animal messenger spell, I tell you. Yeah, so I feel like the last time we talked, we didn't really start off on the best foot, but you did do me quite a favor with the Manicore, and I thought if you was interested, Mr. Copper, I'd give you a magical tattoo if you don't mind.
A magical tattoo?
Yeah, it'd be pretty handy in your travels, I'd say.
What do they do, exactly?
She says, well, the one I want to give you would help protect you from the cold. And if there is a white dragon flying around, then some resistance to cold damage would be, well, just peachy.
That does sound very peachy. Would you have one for Quinn as well, or would it just be me?
She says, I only have enough supplies for one of you, but I could give it to him if you'd rather. And Quinn says, Mr. Copper, you should take it.
I mean, if you're certain, you just have your mother to worry about.
Mr. Copper, we've all got things to worry about.
Okay, I will take the tattoo.
See,
what does it look like? Do I get to choose? Or do you have a specific insignia you have to draw on me?
It's quite specific, yeah. It's gonna be covering your entire upper chest.
Okay.
And it's just gonna look like hexagonal blue and white crystals. But it'll keep you safe. I mean, it's quite a body alteration, so if you're not committed to it, I understand.
I mean, let's just get it started. Might as well.
She nods. She brings you in. She says, I see you found a talking crab. And Seagull says,
how did you know he can talk? He hasn't said a word yet.
Seagull says, Seagull. And she says, no, you're a crab. She says, I can spot a talking crab from a mile away. I've met a few in my day.
Are talking crabs common? I thought he was...
No, not at all. I'm just...
a bit unique.
No, I'm just a well-traveled woman.
Nothing wrong with that.
She instructs you to take off your shirt.
Okay, I do. And it's like a It's like what does Bradley Cooper look like shirtless? Is he built? Is he
Bradley
muscular?
Cooper? Oh God, yeah, he's probably a fucking babe. He's probably got a 12-pack, and not of
Okay,
beer.
and that's exactly what yeah, that's exactly what I look like. Definitely, it kind of looks like I'm glistening, like I put some oil on it, like as I was pulling my shirt off. Um,
This woman's 20 years older than you, and she just kind of touches your abs and says, my, Mr. Copper. All right, go ahead and lay down. And she pulls out this blue and this white ink, and she gets a needle and starts moving her finger, and the needle starts floating. But before, if you've gotten a tattoo, you know, before she can actually tattoo you, she has to shave your chest. And it's very...
oh, it was already shaved.
I thought it might be. She says, freshly shaved. All right, Mr. Copper. Quite interesting. The needle starts moving.
What's wrong? What's wrong with that? I like to stay well as hairless as I can. I mean, aside from the top of my head and the stubble that I keep on my face, which I trim daily.
Makes you a better swimmer too, Mr. Copper.
Exactly.
You move in the water like a slick seal. It takes quite some time. I need you to make me a constitution check.
Ow. Ah. Needles. My constitution, I have a +02. I got a 2.
You pass out. You pass out from the pain. You wake up.
Yikes.
It's like 4 hours later. Dead of night.
Okay.
Quinn's taking a nap. Seagull is just kind of pinching around. And you wake up and to Adabra saying, oh, all done, Mr. Copper. You did not handle that very well.
No, this was my first this is my first tattoo.
Well, I heard sounds I've never heard a man make before, but a lot of blood. You're quite the bleeder, but I'm glad you got it done. You look down, your chest there's a lot of blood, a lot of runny ink, but both of your pecs pretty much are coated in this magical aura, and you can see it shimmering white and blue, and you know she's now giving you resistance to cold damage.
Wow. So, how long before I can start oiling up again? I try to do that daily.
She says, well, you're going to need to leave this saran wrap on it for a certain amount of time, then...
What is saran wrap?
Oh my god. She goes through everything with you. You know in no time it's going to be healed because it's magic. And she says, all right, Mr. Copper, I think that's all I can do for you, but I hope it's a better thanks than I gave you last time for, slaying that manticore.
Absolutely. I mean, any thanks is enough, personally.
Well, then you're a good man. And she gives you kind of a pat on the arm.
I appreciate it. Well, we best be off, shouldn't we?
Quinn kind of stirs at that, and he says, oh, yeah, Mr. Copper, I was keeping guard while you were getting your tat. Don't worry.
Yes, I can definitely tell. Seagull, how was your experience so far away from the ocean?
I ate a rat. And he drags the rat's tail like a cigarette, and he's... It's good.
Oh god, so I think we're gonna have to keep an eye on him, Quinn.
Oh, Mr. Copper, it's gonna be a real hassle, especially for your DM.
All right, Adabra, or at least I greatly appreciate it.
She nods, and Seagull walks out. Quinn walks out, and Adabra, as you're leaving, she smacks you on the butt.
Oh,
and she says, "I'll be seeing you around, Mr. Copper. At least I hope so."
Of course.
The three of you mount poor pitiful Roach, who did get some more rest, and he slowly makes his way back towards Phandalin.
So on the first ride, it was definitely uncomfortable having this big old crab in my lap, because that's at least 80 pounds of crab.
Yeah.
So could I just have him on my back? Like, could his little legs be wrapped around me? And he could be like a little backpack right now?
Yeah. Yeah, you have a little
Okay.
crab backpack.
A little crab backpack. That's cool.
Yeah.
And also extra protection in case we get, like, arrowed from behind.
Absolutely, yeah. He'll take an arrow for you. Sorry, I'm really gassy. It takes no time at all to arrive back in Phandalin. As you mosey on into town, you pass the Shrine of Timora, where Sister Grayley works. She's not there currently, but you see that there have been some offerings left to the shrine. You also see that...
I've noticed that my luck has been really bad recently, so I would also like to leave an offering, if that's okay.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. I'm gonna leave 10 gold.
Okay. Do you already have inspiration?
I do already have inspiration.
Nothing happens.
Okay, that's fine. I just need as much luck as I can get, I feel.
Some good karma. As
Some good karma.
As you're putting it down, you see a villager off in the distance just kind of wave at you. An unnamed villager, just saying hi.
Hello, citizen.
Hello. uh, Off in the distance, you can see that there's a big plot of land that Phandalin had underdeveloped. It looks like they're breaking ground there, but you don't know for what right now.
I will ask when we return to the inn. I guess I shouldn't have said that in his voice, because that was really me saying that. Yeah, I'll ask about it when we return to the inn.
That's really method of you.
Yeah. I'm such a method actor. Honestly, I act like Bradley Cooper every day of my waking life now.
Fuck yeah. You three move back towards the Stonehill Inn. As you near the door, you can see nearby, just leaning against the tree, smoking a cigarette, is Inverna Nightbreeze. Bradley, how are you?
I'm doing well, Inverna. How are you?
I'm just dandy. We started breaking ground on a watchtower here in the center of town, and I think it'll be
A watchtower?
good use, yeah. Good vantage point.
I mean, that's excellent. This town needs more defenses, for certain.
Absolutely, I'm glad you agree. As the two of you are talking, out of nowhere, a horse gallops into town at full speed. It passes you and slows, kind of kicks back, and the rider on the horse falls off onto the ground. He slams, hits the dirt, stands up. Sorry. Who's... I need help. Someone, please. Something terrible's happened.
What's going on?
Inverna...
I try to stand the guy up.
Inverna comes over too, and she says, "What's happened? Just tell us the straight of it." He says, "Butterskull Ranch. I'm a ranch hand. It's where I work. Listen, orcs. They came out of nowhere, and they butchered my coworkers, including my brother. Listen, they
Orcs?
Yeah, there were a few of them. I don't know how many, but I made it out of there. But I'm a fucking coward. I'm a coward. I left them to die."
Look, there's nothing cowardly about trying to save your own life.
Quinn kind of says, "Oh, kind of. I don't know. You let your brother die." He says,
Well, how do we know that? How do we know that he let his brother die? How do we know that his brother didn't die before he ran away?
They took Big Al. They took him hostage. They said...
Who is Big Al?
Inverna looks at you and she says, "You don't know Big Al? Bradley,
No, I've never heard this person before.
he was the sheriff of Tribor. You know Tribor is a much larger town, just sort of a little bit east of here. Much bigger town, bigger economy, more stable in every way. She tells you that he was the sheriff, but that he recently opened up a ranch called Butterskull Ranch, and that he has this prized cow that he uses her milk to make butter and they form them in the shape of cow skulls. And that's how they make a lot of money. A lot of rich people pay good money for them.
I mean, that sounds cool as fuck. I'd do that.
They said that I should go to Tribor. And then I should try and, get some ransom money for Big Al, but they're not even gonna do anything. I came here instead because, I don't know, I had heard that Phandalin had a hero, someone that's been going on quests and doing good deeds. Listen, my boss is gonna die if someone doesn't help him. Please, you have to go. And he looks to Vernon and he says, You're the hero they've talked about, right? I know it was an elf. And she kind of drags her cigarette and says, Actually, I believe Bradley here's the hero.
I mean, if you want to call it that. I'm just a guy who helps around town.
Quinn says, Yeah, hero's a little bit, that's a far stretch, right? Mr. Copper, he's just a good guy, Heroes, they defeat dragons, right? Mr. Copper hadn't defeated any dragons.
Oh, yes, absolutely. No, I've never even seen a dragon in my entire life, save books. But look, I have no issues helping save your boss. I do have a few questions, though. How many orcs are there?
Well, all right, so my brother stuck one in the throat with a pitchfork, so that maybe, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10?
5 and 10. I get a look on my face. My eyes widen a little bit, because I know how much, it did take a little bit to take out 2 orcs. So I can't imagine taking out 5 or 10.
Wait,
even.
Can you not do it? You have some.
Absolutely. I might need some help, though. And Verna, if you would like to assist, I'd be more than welcoming of your aid.
She kind of pulls you aside and she says, "No, I'm not saying I'm a coward by any means. I kind of salivate at the idea of slitting an orc's throat, but Bradley, if they hit Butterskull Ranch, they could be headed here next. We're gonna need somebody in town. I mean, if 10 orcs rolled into Phandalin, they could butcher everyone."
Yes, I guess that is true.
I can help you. And Seagull does his pincers. I don't know really anything about orcs other than they have tusks, but I'll pinch them. Oh, I'll get them good. Ooh, give me your nipples, orcs. Ooh. And Quinn says, Shut up, dude. Come on.
Seagull, you were coming anyway.
Okay, great.
All right, I was hoping to get a little more rest before we went to do anything else, but
Is that a talking crab?
Yes, this is Seagull.
She says, doesn't look like a seagull. Okay, she says, I'll just ask you questions about that later. Listen, Bradley, I think it's best if I stay here, but if you're not back within 24 hours, I'll be coming looking for you.
All right.
You
Let's mount up, Quinn.
You look at Roach. Roach looks tired.
We're gonna have to take my horse.
Right, Mr. Cropper. It was smart to separate the horses. The 3 of you mount. You take off into the night. What's your HP at currently?
21 out of 24.
Okay. Quinn got a short rest while you were getting your tattoo.
But I'm also out of spell slots and bardic inspirations.
Quinn's at 18 out of 26.
Cool.
You, as soon as you take off, you feel your muscles ache. You feel your eyes are weary. You do not feel up for this shit right now. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm tired. Right now. Aren't you a little tired?
Quinn nods.
I got a 12.
You and Quinn both suffer 1 level of exhaustion. You are going to be disadvantaged on all skill checks.
But we'll be disadvantaged on attack rolls?
No, just skill checks. Just
okay,
athletics, deception, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You take off into the night. The wind is blowing in your face. The moonlight is shining on the trail. But you know Butterskull Ranch is far. It's like 50 miles away. Your horse can make it there in one stretch, but you're going to be pushing it. Your thighs ache. Your hands on the reins are starting to blister. Every once in a while, you just fade from consciousness for a second, like you're just driving up way too late at night, but then you snap back, you feel a bump. Your fucking balls hurt. Like, everything in you hurts. Like, riding this horse is painful, but you're still doing it. You can smell yourself. You smell sweaty. You can smell some blood from old harpy wounds. What was not so uncomfortable with having Seagull wrapped around you is starting to wear on you. Your back hurts. Your biceps hurt. You are feeling it. Eventually, you come to the abandoned town of Coneyberry. You've heard of it before. People talk about how it's kind of a ghost town. Some people even say it's haunted. It is all quiet. You slow as you come in because there's debris. You have to ride slower. It's probably about 4 a.m. now, and you still have the light from the moon. There are 3 unsaddled riding horses kind of off in the distance, about probably 100 feet off from you. You're like going down the main street of Coneyberry, and they're like behind some crumpled buildings. Make me a perception check.
With disadvantage.
Yep.
9.
Yeah, Quinn didn't do too well either. You look off at them. Not many wild horses in this area. Kind of odd to see them. As you look at them, you let your horse take a break. Just giving yourself a few minutes to catch up. You hop off your horse for a second. Quinn and Seagull do the same. You all stretch your legs. I mean, you're going to get there as fast as you're going to get there. You know, there's no controlling this. But you just need a second to move your muscles.
Yeah.
You look out at these 3 horses. It's peaceful to look at these animals, just to kind of study them, watch them move. They're looking at you. They all seem kind of frazzled. They aren't sleeping, even though it's 4 a.m. They're all just kind of meandering aimlessly. Dark of night, moonlight on you, a shadow passes in front of you in an instant. It's bright, it's huge, it's white. You see a white dragon swoop down from out of the sky, lift one of these horses by its feet, and carry it off, just letting out a hideous and in an instant, it's gone. The other 2 horses panic. They sprint off. Your horse starts to move. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, I thought you were going to make me do an animal handling. Dex saving throws? I'm proficient in those, so let's hope I get a good one. Let's hope I get a good roll. 15.
15. You grab its rein, your horse's rein. It was about to run off. You pet its nose.
Calm down. It's okay, boy. Is it a boy horse?
It is a boy horse. You got 2 boy horses. Seagull says, okay, what was that?
Well, Seagull, that was a dragon.
Okay, good to know. Quinn says, Mr. Cropper, remember that discussion Inverna had with Harbin Wester where she said that orcs were the only thing to worry about?
She was wrong. I knew she was wrong then, and I especially know she's wrong now.
Absolutely.
That thing was fucking massive.
Yes, that was...
I don't know if you noticed, Quinn.
So I taught someone in town said it was as big as an elephant. Yeah, it's much bigger than an elephant.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We should go.
I have to go use the privy real quick. I'll be back.
Bring me my brown pants.
Yeah.
You you go pop a squat. Seagull, he's a crab. I don't even know how crabs excrete, but he just does it right there. And Quinn says, "Oh God, couldn't you just like walk 5 feet that way?" Well, now what do I care? I'm a crab. Mm. The three of you reconvene. You hop back on the horse. It's daunting, but you are not tired now. Not at least not sleepy wise. You are physically tired.
Yeah.
But you're awake.
Yeah, so we're still exhausted, but we're awake as fuck. I'm just gonna keep while I'm looking forward. I'm also gonna keep my eyes on the sky, because that was terrifying. That might have been honestly the most scared I've ever been.
Well, you don't see anything in the sky, but you keep riding. Your horse's breath, cold in the night. It's late. It's almost September now, so we're starting to hit fall. It's getting a little colder, and eventually you come to an outcropping. You see in this outcropping one cow. It's a yellow cow. It has a big bow around its neck and a cowbell. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Perception. 12.
You see on this cow's ass, there's a brand. B-A-K.
What does the brand look?
Quinn says,
B-A-K.
his name's Big Al Calazorn, isn't it?
I think so.
Right. I've heard of him before.
This must be his cow.
Yeah. I mean, what do we do? Just leave it here?
I mean, I feel it would be safer here than near a bunch of orcs.
We could eat it.
I don't think we're going to eat this gentleman's cow.
Okay. It was just a suggestion. Just an idea.
I know it was. You've got a lot to learn about actual society. And that's, I'm willing to teach you.
White privilege?
We'll turn you into a stand-up citizen yet.
Trigonometry? What? Okay, let's go. The three of you continue on. I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw.
No, don't. With advantage or disadvantage?
Neither. Just normal.
12 again.
You and Quinn suffer another level of exhaustion. You now will only have 15 feet of movement speed. Your body's just aching. It's absolutely brutal. Eventually, though, riding all through the night, like you have now ridden through the night. The sun is coming up. Butterskull Ranch occupies a large plot of land on the northern side of the Tribord Trail, which you've been following, nestled between two large hills. Beyond a ramshackle wooden fence stand cornfields, an apple orchard, gardens, and pasture land. A path breaks off from the trail to lead to a 2-story farmhouse next to a pond. West of the farmhouse are the charred remains of a barn and smithy that have been burned to the ground. You also see in this field, there are like a dozen pigs just harmlessly wandering, eating some of the grass. That's what you see. Right now, you were probably 300 feet from the farmhouse.
My brain tells me that's where Big Al is.
Right.
Do you think we should head in, or do you think they'll be expecting someone?
Mr. Carter, okay, so let's try and think about this. All right, it's very early.
So they're probably all
They're
asleep.
probably asleep, right? Or maybe just waking up, so they're groggy. I don't know. I mean, Big Al could already be dead.
But why would they? If they're... Well, yes, that's true.
I don't know. So maybe, we could try and insert a house, front door, back door situation. You could keep Seagull with you.
Are there any windows in the barn?
Barn's like 200 feet from you, and it is burned to the ground.
Oh no, wait. So hold on. Where? What are we facing?
You're at the bottom. You see cornfields, and this orchard, and 300 feet off, just like due north. I'll say you can get closer. You're maybe like 200 feet off. There's a farmhouse. 150 feet.
Okay. Farmhouse.
Farmhouse
Why do
and
I get
barn.
farmhouse and barn confused?
Yeah, different things.
Yeah.
As you're walking closer to the house, you see that there are a few corpses littered around. There are 5 dead human ranch hands. Actually 4 humans, 1 halfling, all dead. And there's 2 orcs who are dressed very similarly to the orcs you saw in the mine.
Didn't the orcs in the mine say something about their compatriot coming to a ranch?
Right. Yeah, I think they did.
Must have been talking about these fellows here.
Right. Okay. So they were scouting for a new home. So they found it, but and they burned the barn down. They burned the smithy down.
So if they're searching for a new home, what's the point of burning everything down?
I mean, the orchard still looks good, and it's about it's apple season. And they got there's a lot of pigs.
I'm just not certain these orcs are thinking things through. Or else they're not actually looking for a new home.
Well, what about that? Quinn points down this trail. This trail winds back up north towards the farmhouse, off the Tribor Trail. It's just like essentially this guy's driveway. You see that there is what you maybe thought was a corpse before. There is a sleeping orc just lying right on the trail. Looks like he has a blanket. Mr. Cropper, that could be a guard.
Let's go slit his throat.
All right, I'm not very stealthy. He might wake up if he hears me coming.
I'm not the most stealthy either.
Seagull says,
How stealthy are you, Seagull?
I can do it. I have a +2 to my stealth.
I have a higher stealth than you.
I have a +4 to my stealth.
Oh, well even then. I say let's get a little bit closer and see what's going on. Let's scope out the area some. I want to see who's all is in that farmhouse.
Okay. You walk up the driveway about 100 feet. It's about as close as you can get before you think you're going to start waking this guy up. So farmhouse is about 100 feet from you. Guard's about 50 feet from you.
Is there a way that I can shoot him in the head and just kill him in one hit?
You could certainly try. Quinn pulls out his crossbow and he says we could fire at the same time.
That's an excellent idea.
All right,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, hold on. Hand crossbow only has a range of 30 feet, though.
I'll say you can walk up 20 more feet.
Okay. Do you get advantage because he's on the ground?
Yeah, he's prone.
Okay, so 15 to hit.
And Bradley got a 16.
You mean Quinn got a 16?
Quinn, so sorry. A lot of shit to keep up with.
I'm Bradley, right?
You both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's going to be 4 damage from me.
4 damage from Quinn as well. 2 arrows shunt into him. He jumps up, grabs an axe.
I want to shoot another one before he can react.
Okay.
That's going to be 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Come on, roll big. 5 damage.
You shoot him again. It pierces through his neck, blood squirting. He still is moving forwards towards you. Roll initiative.
Quinn, go again.
Roll initiative.
God damn it. I rolled an 8 for initiative.
Okay. Quinn rolled a 14. Seagull rolled a 10. This guy rolled a 20. He charges you. He moves straight towards you, Bradley. Swings dirty 20 to hit you. You take 10 points of damage as he just swings this axe into you.
Jesus.
Quinn moves for him wicked fast. Hits him. Quinn punches him right in the temple. You see his skull kind of collapse in, and he falls down to the ground dead. Okay, that could have gone worse, could have gone better.
Could have gone significantly worse.
Could have gone significantly better.
Could have gone significantly better as well, yes.
What's
But
your
we're
HP?
still alive. It's at 11 now.
Okay. Quinn says, "You want this, Mr. Cropper?" And he passes you his healing potion.
No, you need it. Save it.
All right.
I'm fine right now.
You've taken this
Let's
guy
drag
out.
this body somewhere where they won't find it.
All right, you Solid Snake style. Put it in a closet. Yeah, it's hidden. You get it out of view.
Okay.
Moving towards the farmhouse? Is that what you would like to do?
Yeah, I wanna. I guess I'll roll stealth to move towards the farmhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Seagull.
With disadvantage, right?
Yeah, Seagull got a dirty 20.
I got a 14.
Quinn got a 5. Clink, 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 clink.
Can I pick him up?
Yeah. You pick him up, trying to stifle as much noise as possible. Okay, you want to go through... You want to look through some windows?
Yeah, I want to look through some windows and just, clock how many people there are. Is this one story or two stories?
2 stories. Southern wall, you see that there is a little side porch that has a door in. And there are 3 windows. Just 1, 2, and 3 in a row.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah, what would you...
Or do we just...
I mean, you want to go around to another side? You want to look in the window? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to look in the window.
All right, you want to look in window 1, 2, or 3?
Let's look in window 1.
Okay. You peer into what looks like a kitchen. Completely empty. The front door of the house leads into this area. The front door is not where you're at. It's to your left on the western wall. There's a large butter churn. There's work tables. Lots of food. It looks like it's been kind of ransacked, but there's still a lot of food there. And you see a skull-shaped wooden butter mold. But there's nobody in here.
Okay. Let's look through window 2.
Okay.
Are all 3 of these in the kitchen?
No. The second and third one look into the same room. It's a dining room.
Okay.
You peer in. There are 2 trestle tables flanked by benches. Cattle skulls hanging on the wall as decor. An orc looks you dead in the eyes. It says, "What? What? Somebody's here, boss! Somebody's here!" And he grabs an axe from the table, and he's moving towards that side door.
Let's go somewhere a bit more advantaged.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna... Fuck. What am I gonna do? You said he's moving to the door?
Mm-hmm.
I say we meet him there.
All right.
Crossbows at the ready.
Okay. Everyone roll initiative.
Again?
Yep.
I got a dirty 20.
You'll be going first. And you can delay your action for him to walk out.
Okay.
Okay. You are about 10 feet from this door. Crossbow is up. He's not come out yet. But it is your turn. Would you like to delay your action and shoot when he comes through?
I want to... Can I do like as a bonus action roll intimidation to say, "Come out of that door, and we're shooting you."
Yeah. Go ahead and roll intimidation with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, and then so I'm gonna that's gonna be a bonus action if that's cool.
Yeah. Delay your action.
And then my action, I'm going to delay that if he steps out of the door, he's gonna get shot in the face.
Perfect.
Or wherever I can hit.
Okay.
Disadvantage. That's a 12 intimidation.
He bursts through the door.
Okay.
Regardless, go
Shooting
ahead and
his
roll.
ass. Cool. I think it's a +4 for me. Yeah, it is. That's an 8 to hit.
8's a miss. It sticks into his hide armor. He says, "We just found this house. We're keeping this house." And I'm going to say you're on the right side. Quinn's on the left side. You both had your crossbows pointed out. Seagull's right in the middle. He charges Seagull. And misses. His axe glances to the side, just scrapes Seagull's shell. Seagull, "Ugh, no, didn't like that. I'd pinch you now." Seagull attacks. He misses, pinches at the air. Quinn fires his crossbow. Hits. 5 points of damage to this orc.
Nice.
Mr. Cropper, just fuck him up. Your turn.
All right. I'm going to I'm going to swing out my mace and try and hit him in the face.
Swing out your mace, hit him in the face.
That's a 15 to hit.
It's a hit.
And that's 4 damage.
And you're adding the +1, right? It's +1 mace.
Yeah, it's already calculated.
Okay, cool.
It's already calculated, yeah.
Nice.
I also want to say, can I try to, because I don't want to fight, because I'm fucked up and I'm fucking tired. Can I do a persuasion
After hitting him in the
check
face?
after hitting him in the face and saying, "We don't want to fight you. We just want Big Al.
Yeah,
You can keep the house."
disadvantage.
Okay. That's, god damn it, it's going to be an 8 persuasion.
He smiles and he says, "I wouldn't want to fight me neither." He cleaves his axe into you, Bradley.
Of course he does.
And you take...
So you got higher than a 14, right?
Yes, I rolled a natural 18. You take 10 points of damage.
Love it! As he's hitting me, I say, "Quinn, I can use that potion right now!"
You reel back, bleeding. Seagull pinches and misses. Quinn drops his crossbow, charges in, and is just going to try and punch this guy right in the base of the spine. Yep, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
10 points of damage. Quinn hits this dude so hard, he seizes up, falls backwards. As he hits the ground, Quinn just delivers another punch straight into his face, and he kills this guy.
Quinn, I could really use that potion now.
He passes it to
Do
you.
I have one of my own?
You have one of your own.
I have one of my own. Good.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Great. I'm going to take both of them right now.
You're taking both?
So that's 4d4
Yeah.
plus 4,
44
right?
plus 4, yeah.
Cool. That's going to be 17. Nice.
Whoa, in an instant. Bradley, you look a lot better. You and Quinn are now both at 18 HP.
Gods.
Alright, Mr. Copper, I've got an idea.
What the fuck? Yes, what's your idea?
We're sending Seagull in first. Let him scout around.
You don't think it's going to be a bit... Alright, let's do it.
Seagull says, I can do it. I've been dreaming of this. He walks into the house. We're going to go one room at a time. So you walk in, to that kitchen you saw, and there's a room connecting it, or a door connecting it to the dining room, which is open. You see, it looks like there's stairs in the dining room. It looks like there's a door in the dining room, and it looks like there's another door in the kitchen you could follow.
Okay. I mean, shit. We might as well go through the door in the kitchen.
Okay. Opening it up, you see there's a foyer. I've said that every time I've said that in this podcast. And there are stairs.
You have said that every time.
There are stairs leading up. And there's also another door.
If he's going to be anywhere, he's going to be upstairs, right?
Oh, I guess so, Mr. Copper. Let's send up old Seagull first.
Alright, Seagull, do this stealthily.
Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, exciting. He rolled a 22 on his stealth check. Seagull manages to maneuver up this stairwell sideways. He moves around out of sight from you. And then he shouts, "I've got him cornered! Rush!" And he's going to attack this orc that he just snuck past.
Oh, God.
That's a 7 to hit. Roll initiative.
Seagull! It's a 16 initiative.
Okay, you'll be going first again. Then the orc. Then Quinn. And then Seagull. So, 10 feet up, staircase, there's a fight going on that you can't quite see.
Okay, I'm going to go upstairs to look at the fight.
Alright, you rush up. Next to the stairwell banister, there was an orc waiting with an axe ready for you. Somehow missed Seagull. And Seagull's just at his feet, clawing at him. Or really at his, legs.
Cool. I'm finally going to use my Hat of Wizardry. I'm going to channel all of the energy that I can to use a spell, and it's going to be a firebolt. So first I have to make an intelligence check. Arcana.
And you gotta do it with
Arcana.
disadvantage.
Yes, I do gotta do it with disadvantage.
But it's only a DC
Arcana.
10.
And I just fail.
Okay.
I barely fail.
Just
Cool.
nothing
Love
happens. You got any bonus actions?
Nothing happens. The only bonus actions I have are Bardic Inspos, and I'm out of those, so I'm going to take a bonus action to... I'm going to try and hide behind the corner where the wall meets the stairs.
Okay. Hiding as a bonus action is a rogue thing.
Oh, fuck! Of course it is!
You can hide as an action.
Okay, well then never mind. I'm not going to...
The orc, you didn't do anything to the orc. He doesn't care. This crab just snipped at him. He hits Seagull. Seagull looks up at you and he says, "I'm doing good, right, Mr. Copper?" And this axe comes barreling down and cuts him in half and kills him.
What was the point of that? Literally, what was the point of introducing him?
Of Seagull?
Yeah.
I mean, you could have used him however you wanted. You sent him in as bait, and he just took a hit for you. And he's dead. He had 13 HP. I rolled a 12 plus 3. So. It's Quinn's turn. He shouts up, What happened, Mr. Copper?"
Seagull's dead.
Seagull's what?
He's dead.
Quinn doesn't run up the stairs. He bounces off each stair, anime style, makes it to the top, bounces off the wall, and tries to attack this orc. He hits him, and he deals 8 points of damage to him. He cracks this guy in the face, and he says, "You killed Seagull. That was our friend. I mean, we weren't very good friends, because we sent him in first, but fuck you. And he just punches this orc. It's your turn, Bradley.
I want to do something that isn't necessarily an action, but it is going to take a minute to do. Can this count as like movement?
Sure, what is it?
Cool.
Well, what?
I'm going to drop to my knees.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at the two halves of him and I say, we barely got to know him. God. And tears start rolling down my face and a lot of this is from the exhaustion, because you know how you get really emotional when you're really exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And I look up at this fucking orc and I say, you killed him, you bastard. You deserve nothing more than to have your brain splattered across these walls. And I'm going to attack him with my mace.
Perfect.
That is a 23 to hit.
Oh, you hit him.
That's 7 damage.
You hit him once. You hit him good. His chin throws to one side. His neck breaks. And you kill this guy.
And then I'm going to keep smashing his head with the mace after he